Well, welcome to another rendition of No Holds Barred. It's been a while, nearly a year as it currently stands, but as you can see, we have just finished Yakuza 5 Remastered. We've finished 100% of it. What did I think of it? I think Kiwami 2 may have been superseded as my favourite Yakuza game. I'm not going to lie. Going into this, must admit, slightly terrifying, slightly concerning, considering everyone equated it to the likes of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Very good. Well, okay, I won't say Tears of the Kingdom was a good game. Breath of the Wild, good game. Good analogies for it, because we started this game back in February, and it is now currently, at time of recording, November, nearly the end of November. So we have been at this game for a while, but we have the 100% finally, after making a bit of a muck-up. Pro tip, by the way, one, make sure you don't sell any squids, because they are important later on, as daft as it currently sounds. And yeah, don't open any lockers as Haruka, because if it wasn't for the grace of chat, praise be chat, I would have, and it would have completely destroyed the 100% run. Haruka does not have a shared inventory, apart from with Akiyama. When you get to Akiyama, then you open the coin lockers. You do not do it as Haruka. This is a very stupid idea. So yes, that's marvellous. But in terms of the game, absolutely brilliant. Probably my favourite story so far. I mean, I love Kiwami 2. Kiwami 2 is brilliant, and 3 had an amazing story, but I'm sorry, 5 has just completely obliterated everything. There's a lot to do. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have been playing this for nearly, 10 months? It has been 10 months. I wouldn't have been playing this for 10 months if the story wasn't, well, I would have probably, but I would have ground my way through it. But anyway, glossing over it, unlike the likes of Tears of the Kingdom, where it was just a slog, I can't say this was a slog. There were grindy bits, if you've seen any of this in the archive, or you unfortunately watched it live and you weren't able to skip, there were long stretches of grinding through the Colosseum completion. There were long stretches of grinding through the 100% leveling. Admittedly, leveling every weapon is not a requirement for 100%. I'm just a crazy person, and therefore do not do what I did. I haven't completed the game. It's not a platinum, but it is 100% as far as I'm concerned. All of the completion list is done. All of the weapons are done. All of the character levels are done, full to level 25, so I've had the limiter removed, and I've got all of the soul orbs from grinding Inner Fighter 8 Street Fighter, or Street Fury, or whatever it's called. It was a pain in the neck. There have been a few grindy bits of the game, but I can't come out of this feeling particularly miserable about it, because at the same time it's just, I'm sorry, the story, it's just, every character has, it feels like every character arc is a character arc. They interlink, they weave in and out, but it also feels like a particular character story, and then the finale just pulls it together so beautifully. And the ending was just, as always, no spoilers, but the ending was well worth all of it. Maybe the final big bad character twist, I don't know, it didn't feel as shocking as it probably would have been, maybe because I didn't play the story straight shot through. There was massive gaps where I was doing the completion list stuff, so maybe that took away from the shock value, but it's just, you know what? No, I can't fault the story. I think this is probably my favourite Yakuza game to date. I love everything. I love the music, the graphics. Graphics are fine. I think the main saving grace of this one is it feels a lot like Yakuza 0. It's in that sort of refined, I call it the Zero engine because I don't know which engine they used for Yakuza 0, but it feels like that sort of, they started with the Zero engine in 3, and then they slowly worked through it in 4, and it was feeling a lot more Yakuza, more like the Yakuza we started with. But you have to remember, we started with Yakuza 0. We didn't start with Yakuza 1 or anything. We started on 0. And then we worked through Kiwami and Kiwami 2. So we started 0 engine. Kiwami, mature 0 engine. Kiwami 2, maturing Dragon engine. And then we went back to 3, which was just proto-Yakuza. As we know it, obviously there were the first 2 PlayStation games, but it was PS3 Yakuza, which rough around the edges. And then we got to 4, which was starting to feel like the Yakuza 0 engine. And 5 just feels like it's hit a mature spot, and it's just like, yeah. There's a few rough bits around the edges where the character locking on, but as it goes, it just feels quite tight in places, I must admit. Graphics-wise, same. Song-wise, marvelous. Chat, yes, we are done, and we have 100%ed it. Sorry. Also recording this live, so there we go. So yes, there we go. That's my rambling thoughts of Yakuza 5. I love it. I have adored this game. It is easily probably my top Yakuza at the moment. Maybe 6, 7, Infinite Wealth. Maybe they'll supersede it, but as it stands, I'm sorry, as a massive lore nerd and just fan of characters, Kiryu, Seijima, Akiyama, Shineda, they are all brilliant as far as I'm concerned. They have all been absolutely fantastic throughout this game. I love each and every one of them. So, there we go. Anyway, my ramblings aside and over, that's all I've got for the moment. So, with that said, if you're enjoying what you see on here on the channel at the moment, hopefully you'll consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment, maybe even subscribing to the channel. Be much appreciated. And, hey, drop a comment down below if you've played Yakuza 5. What do you think of it? I'm kind of keen to know, actually. But anyway, with that said, with that done, until our paths next cross again, the Vortex awaits, and I'll see you all next time.